think not. If I was a foreigner, I would say stay away.
The way you describe it, if it's the case that there isn't success at the political level, and that these sort of heinous attacks that you started off this conversation with continue, it's hard to imagine why they, particularly when they're saying kill the Boer in these stadiums, that there would be a response by those who feel like they haven't got a choice, that they aren't being protected, that they would get armed, that they might start their own sort of protective militias or whatever. I mean, I'm sort of describing what might be some sort of civil conflict here, but is that
could there be a civil? Yeah. Could there be a coup d'etat? Well, in 2021, Durban, Natal, KwaZulu-Natal, and parts of Johannesburg went up in flames. I think it was orchestrated. Shopping malls were attacked, shops were attacked, and the strangest thing happened. The police and army did nothing. They stood back and let it happen. But the civilians stood up. So the Indian shopkeepers, the colored taxi drivers, the white shopping mall owners, ganged together, armed themselves, guns, spears, and stood the line, with the police not helping. It made me so proud. Everyone talks about the Afrikaners being these tough white South Africans. Well, these were mostly English-speaking South Africans that stood up, fronted up, shoulder to shoulder with their black, colored, and Indian fellow entrepreneurs and fought back. And it died off. Mm-hmm. Which tells you there can be civil unrest, but it's not going to cover the whole of South Africa. Mm. Being down in the Cape was like watching what the hell's going on up there. Yeah. It didn't spread. The EFF are very localized, the Red Beret. The Zulus are very localized. The Afrikaner farmers are the farmers. The cities are different there will never be civil unrest that sweeps the country. Could there be a coup d'etat? Highly unlikely. When I was in the army, 1983 and 1984, we could have marched all the way through to Nigeria and no one could have stopped us. In 1980s, we fought against the Angolans, Cubans, and Russians and beat them. There were pitched tank battles where we had 1/5 the number of tanks. Quito Carnivale, you can look it up. We knocked them up, beat them. We stormed all the way through to Luanda, the capital of Angola, and we were supposed to meet the Americans there. Jimmy Carter got elected and refused to do it. We had to pull back. The South African army, in my day, I was an infantry officer, was absolutely unbeatable and was only white males. But from there to today, our army has fallen apart.
What's the state of it now?
It's pathetic. None of the planes fly anymore. The helicopters, which were world-class, are unserviceable. We have 3 submarines, none of them work. The military's fallen apart. The police is just as bad. It's corrupt to the core. So I own guns and ammo, like most of my friends do, and I know how to use them. And I went to the local police station where I have a friend there. And he said, Rob, you have more ammo than the whole police station. You. And he said, we, the police, only go to the firing range once a year and shoot at a fixed target. The police are more scared of the bad guys than we are. So, one more stat.
It sounds like Mad Max.
It is Mad Max. Not quite yet.
Yeah.
There are more armed private security guards in South Africa than the whole of the army and police put together. And that's why there's never going to be a coup d'etat, because we are as armed as they are.
Right.
We're ready to fight. They're ready to fight. It's not going to happen.
It's the